Story number 1. My lawyer husband called me his middle-class experiment while signing our divorce papers. He had no idea I spent 3 years building a $15 million empire in our walk-in closet. Enjoy going back to your parents' farm. That's where you belong. Those were the last words my husband, a high-powered Nashville lawyer, whispered in my ear as he signed our divorce papers with a smirk. He thought he was leaving me with nothing but a suitcase and a few $1,000s. He looked at me like a failed project he was finally discarding. He had no idea that while he was out with his mistress, I was building a reality he couldn't even dream of. For 3 years, I turned our walk-in closet into a makeshift headquarters. I used thick blankets to dampen the sound of my client calls so he wouldn't hear me while he slept. Hidden behind the expensive designer dresses he bought to keep me compliant, I launched a financial solutions firm that was quietly saving multi-million-dollar businesses from bankruptcy. The climax. In court, he put on a show as the generous husband offering a tiny settlement. Then my lawyer dropped the bombshell summary. Total assets, over $15 million. The color literally drained from his face when the judge read the source of that wealth. But the best part? The very legal clause his team insisted on to protect his money ended up locking him out of mine forever. Story number 2, I'm related to my boyfriend. Just as the title says, I'm related to my boyfriend. I met my boyfriend on a dating app. We come from different cities and all that too. My dad is a genealogist on the side. He does it for fun. When I told him that me and my boyfriend were pretty serious, he looked him up. He found his family tree and all that. A few days later, he came up to me with some papers, a bunch of handwritten notes and names. He straight up told me with a smile that my boyfriend and I were related. He laughed his ass off. I was genuinely shocked. Apparently, we share a common ancestor from like 1600, which I guess isn't a huge deal, but still crazy to me. What are the odds, especially for it to have proof of it? I told my boyfriend and he was weirded out a little, but honestly, we didn't care. Still going strong 2 years later. I think it's hilarious now. He refuses to tell his family, though. Story number 3. My mom is losing her mind over a ghost from 25 years ago, and I think she's hiding something darker. I don't even know why I'm writing this here. Maybe I just need to scream into the void because my head is spinning. I'm 24 and my mom's 44. Usually she's tough, like nothing breaks her. But lately, she's just different. She looks so broken and sad all the time, and honestly, it's starting to mess with me too. She's convinced this one guy is out to get her. She says he's using young people to harass her at the market. She thinks everyone she sees is on his payroll or something, just watching her. But I can't believe it. My mom isn't rich, she isn't famous, she isn't some young girl people obsess over. Why would anyone spend money to follow a middle-aged woman around a crowded market? It makes 0 sense and it hurts to see her like this. We actually talked to the guy she's blaming. He told us he used to love her a long time ago, like he hasn't even called her in 25 years since she got married. He said he only saw us the other day and just said hi to me. Which is true, I remember it. But the way she's grieving, the way she's acting for a whole week now without talking to anyone, I feel it in my gut. She's hiding something. There has to be more to the story than just a random hello. I have so many questions and no answers. I'm just lost. What do you guys think? Is she just paranoid or is there something she ain't telling me? Story number 4. Me and some friends found an abandoned subway car during COVID. For context, this happened during COVID and unfortunately the phone I was using at the time no longer works. So here's the experience. It's mid-2020 and I'm in the city visiting a friend. He's into urbex stuff and even had a YouTube channel where he uploaded videos of himself sneaking into train yards and stuff like that. With me, our 2 other friends from out of state who were visiting him with me, we talk and watch some videos of abandoned subways and train surfers, stuff like that. Urbex friend talks about how he knows a station a couple blocks from his place where you can sneak into the subway tunnel and that there's an abandoned station with a bunch of cool junk and maybe we could tag it or something. We decided to go for it since there was nothing else better to do and there was little to no security around since it was COVID and everyone was self-quarantining. We throw on some sweaters, some face masks, and grab some spray paint, and then we're off. We get to the station and it's pretty dead. No guards or cops, not even a ticket booth guy. Urbex's friend leads us down the service walkway and into the tunnel. We come to this locked service door, and Urbex's friend picks and opens it. Then boom, we're in this dark, musty mess of a station, floor to ceiling, covered in garbage like chairs, benches, token machines, no tokens, and garbage. We make our way down to the station platform, and parked there is a single subway car, an R32 model or something. IDK, it looked old as balls and it was dark. My jaw dropped, and the first thing I thought was, how do I get inside? Immediately, I tried the side doors, then the front and back, and Urbex's friend started freaking out because this car wasn't there the last time he was, and he was worried about maintenance workers or something. After a few attempts, I was able to get inside it, and contrary to the surroundings, it was surprisingly clean, but the cab door was locked, and Urbex's friend didn't know how to pick it, so we took a few pictures and tagged the side of the car, then left. A few months after this, Urbex's friend decided to go back to the station and see if the car was still there, and unfortunately, it was gone. In hindsight, it probably wasn't abandoned but temporarily stored or parked there, but IDK, why you would park an old subway car in a rank abandoned station. But I'm not the MTA, and they probably had a reason. Story number 5. I found a camera in my Airbnb bathroom. What I discovered next destroyed my relationship. Nonfiction. My boyfriend Jake and I booked a romantic cabin Airbnb in Colorado for our 3-year anniversary. First night there, I'm brushing my teeth when I notice something weird, a tiny hole in the shower curtain rod pointing directly at the shower. I unscrewed it. Hidden camera. I'm freaking out, hands shaking. I immediately check the bedroom. Another one hidden in a smoke detector aimed at the bed. Here's where it gets insane. I grabbed Jake's laptop to review the footage and see how long this had been going on. But when I plugged in the SD card, the files were already organized in folders, by name. And one folder was labeled Jake March 2024. March, 5 months before our trip, before we even booked this place. I opened it. Videos of Jake, in this exact cabin, with another woman. Same bed we were supposed to sleep in that night. My hands were ice cold. I kept scrolling. More folders. Jake January 2024. Jake November 2023. He'd been coming here for over a year, always with someone else, sometimes the same woman, sometimes different ones. Then I found a folder labeled Owner Copies. Jake wasn't a victim of this creep's cameras. He was friends with the owner. There were videos of them joking together, the owner showing Jake where the cameras were, both of them laughing while reviewing footage of previous guests. They were running some kind of sick operation together. I called the police from the car, didn't even pack, just grabbed my stuff and ran. Jake came out confused, asking what was wrong. I didn't say a word, just drove. Cops raided the property that night, found over 300 videos, multiple victims. The owner and Jake are both facing federal charges now. Turns out Jake had been paying half price for the cabin in exchange for helping install cameras and recruit other couples. I gave my testimony yesterday. I also got tested for everything because apparently I never knew who Jake really was. The worst part, his mom called me crying, begging me not to testify, saying I'm ruining his life over a mistake. I blocked everyone from his family. My lawyer says I might be called as a witness in multiple cases since I discovered the evidence. Every time I close my eyes, I see the folder with his name on it. We were supposed to get engaged on that trip. The ring was in his suitcase. I found it when I was packing my things from his apartment. I flushed it down the toilet.